now we are going to discuss about the error handling. I'm taking a new task. See, in general, see, in other programming languages, we will say exception handling, right? So the same thing here we are calling as a error handling. See, here we will write the all our code in between the begin error handling and error handling and error handling. So in between this, we will write the code. So here we have different error handling features are there. See here, select error handling action. See, for suppose if you got the error, do you want to continue with the next step or do you want to stop there itself? If, in general, if we get the error at line number 10, we need not to execute the line number 11. So in general, we will go with the stop task only. Okay. But in some situations, if you want to continue at that time, you can say continue. For suppose here is a situation. See, let me. I will take one existing task. So web recorder. See, for suppose this is the error handling. So in general, I'll put the error handling here, begin error handling, and I'll say stop task. This will be done. But sometimes what will happen is, assume this is the Google search button, or else okay. If at this line number 4 our bot got failed, we need not to run the line number 6. So by the time we can say stop task. But sometimes what will happen is this failure is not going to affect the my rest of the bot functionality. In such kind of situations, what we will do means again we will put the one more error handling inside the error handling. Here we will say continue feature. So even though we got the error this one error here, this is not going to stop my bot. Okay, because this failure is not going to affect my the bot functionality. If we have such kind of requirement anyway, by that time we can build this one. At that time, instead of stop task, we will use continue task. And one more thing, set the task status. See, if I set the task status as failed, if I go here, the status will be displayed as failed. See, here, even though this particular line has been getting error, that is not going to affect my task, right? So that I need not to mention this task status as failed. So that's the reason here I'll say task status as pass. So that even though I got the error here, here the status will be pass only. But apart from this line, if I get the error or here, by the time this error handling will take care about that one and it will stop the task and it will mark the task status as failed. So like this error handling will work. This is the concept of basic error handling. Here we have different error handling options. See, whenever we get the error, see whenever if we say this error handling, we are not going to get the pop-up. Of course, we will get the error pop-up that will be closed automatically. We need not to click the OK button explicitly. Okay. So at that time, see here I am disabling this one. See, I am going to run this one. So obviously it will go here. Okay, this also I'm disabling to demonstrate because this time this is the mandatory one. This is not the optional one for me. That's why I am removing this the internal error handling. So I'm running this. See, I'm going to get the error. See, it's directly went to. Okay, it's opening automatically. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. In this situation, it is opening automatically. Let me check. Okay, here it is having this feature. Okay, let me disable this one as well. See, I'm going to close. See, this time what will do? bot will try to click on this Google search button, but the button was not there. It will give the error. Oh, it's opening automatically. Okay, this is also having this feature. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create one error. So what I'll say is, I'll say insert keystroke. So here I'll select one window. Microsoft Edge is there. Moves. Okay, calculator is there. Okay, I'll say something 5 I'll put. So this time it will try to enter number 5 on top of calculator window, but the calculator window is not here, right? So it's not, it is going to throw an error. No, it is opening the calculator even. Okay, let's try to create one error at least. We'll do one thing. Insert keystroke. I'll okay, I'll say this one and I'll say this one. On this window, this is going to enter number 5, but the thing is I'm going to close this notepad file. Okay, save. Run. See, this time definitely we'll get the error unable to find the window. Let it through. See, web recorder, right? Let's go and see. See, task has been failed. If you go to the view log, see, cannot find the window or application title. See, but we haven't received that pop-up. Earlier we need to get the error pop-up, but we are not getting that pop-up now because we kept this line inside the error handling. Okay, by that time here different features are there, so we can take the snapshot of error and we can save somewhere wherever we want. So I'll put here error. So here I'll say some like this. So here with this name the error screenshot is going to be saved. Then run task. Whenever I get this task, get the error in this particular task, if I need to run another task, at the time we have to select another task and we can use this. So this task will execute whenever I get the error in the particular task. When we will use this feature means, for suppose we are automating one web application, so it will open the IE. After processing some lines, it got error. So the task is not going to be not able to close the IE, but as per the automation standards, the IE should be closed. So the cleanup task will be written separately, and the cleanup task will be called by using this run task command. In such kind of situations, this run task will help us. Then log data into file. So here we can select one file, whatever we want. Let's say log. So here it will generate the log file. Here we can give the description. See, as we are logging the error information, what we have to give? We have to give the error details only, right? We should not give other information. So how we can give the error details means, here two system variables are there. Those are, one is error, line number and error description. So this will log that information into this text file. Here, if you want to add the timestamp, you can add along with this one. If you want to append the error log all the times, you can select, or you want to fetch data, just you can unselect this appending step. This is the encoding format. We can use anyone. In general, everyone will use the ANSI only. Send email. So whenever we get the error, if you want to notify to someone, so by using this send email feature, we can use this. Here we have to give the to email. Here we have to give the from email. So attach snapshot, attach variable. So these things will send us the error snapshot and error variables. Error variables means error description and error line number. In the same way, variable assignment. So this variable assignment will help us see. I enable this one, F2, prompt assignment, put and failed. I'll write like this. But the question is why we need this one means suppose. So I am disabling this one. So I gave this one. This is my task, right? For suppose I am calling this task from another task. So here by using run task command, task, if you go run task command, so from here I am calling this task, web recorder. So here in the variable mapping, I'll say quick map. This prompt assignment will be mapped automatically. So I used this. How can I come to know whether this subtask has been executed successfully or not? See, if this is not going to be executed successfully, I need not to run the next steps of this one. Assume that here if we have 10 steps in the line number 5, run task is there. So if we get the error in the line number 5, I need not to run the line number 6. At that time, how we can handle means right after this run task, here I'll use one if condition, variable prompt assignment option equals to failed. When this value will become fail? Whenever we got the error in this particular task, then only this value will be assigned to the prompt assignment. Otherwise, this value, this failed, is not going to be assigned to the prompt assignment. So whenever this value is failed, immediately this bot will understand, okay, this subtask has been failed due to some issues. So in this if log, we will run the cleanup task and we will take care the required actions. So in such kind of situations, we will use this variable feature. So this is about error handling.